We're live now. We're gonna take a quick 30-second. I meant to hit man. I was about to do the 30-second thing, but it caught you. Do it, making
Fluffing
sure
my
your hair
hair.
was straight and all this. I was gonna give a 30-second countdown, but now that we already on here, you know what I'm saying. I guess we might as well get into it
Girl's
because
gotta fluff her hair.
we've we have a suggested time on here of 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? And but we're here now, so if y'all rocking with us, you rocking. If not, that's cool too. But once again, welcome back to episode 5. Boom. Cinco. What is it in French? Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. Cinq. I think that's what it is in Francais. So, eins, zwei, drei, vier, fünf. Yeah, I already said fünf. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, not to get carried away. But we're with episode 5 of the Smoke Hour. And I know we got to get these the hoodies or shirts designed, with the smoke hour on here. But episode 5, you guys see the topic. I think this is super important, and we're gonna get into it. But as usual, I am your gracious host, JR Wisdom, with my co-host here, the beautiful Tina Summers, as usual, the controversial Tina Summers, excuse me, coming at you with episode 5. And before we jump into this topic, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Age, sex, gender, location, put it in the comments below so we know where you guys are checking in from, so we can fellowship with you guys while you're on here. Hey, we may have been to some of the places you guys have been as well. You know what I mean? It's nice to know where you guys are checking in from. Also, we're reading all super chats, so feel free to drop that as well. Show some love. All of our information, as well as Tina Summers' information, is scrolling down on the bottom of the screen. So feel free to follow, drop a cash app, whatever have you. And we're going to get into it. First of all, we're going to give a few shout outs first, regardless of that. So we got Grand Prairie in the building. We got Enos. These cats are crazy. I'm not even gonna read that. And a super chat. We got Columbia, South Carolina in the building. Shout out to Enos, always supporting as usual. The 305 MIAO. J Wiz, salute. Much love as always, bro. Appreciate you for tuning in. Columbia, South Carolina in the building. Shout out to South Carolina. The 803, 843. Shout out. And I don't see anybody else. I guess they're slow on it, but we're not gonna long stroke it here tonight. We're just gonna get right into it because we're running a little bit behind, but technical difficulties. And as I said, it's a suggested time. You know what I'm saying? But we go get it together, man. This is the best show on YouTube, as you guys already know. The realest show on YouTube, not the He-Man woman hater, not all the all the foolishness. We're talking about serious topics that adults with experience have been through, and that's what this show is about. Not we read in the textbook, or I suppose that this is what's going on based off of based off a textbook, or I watched this show and they said that per YouTube guidelines I should believe this. Anyway, this is very interesting. I'm glad because I know that this is a conversation that is had a lot. For someone, I'm a father, you're a mother, and I know you have girlfriends that may have you've had this conversation with. I know several fellas in this space have this conversation, and it is a very controversial topic, and that being, if a woman can't, afford, if a woman needs child support, why doesn't she just give the custody to the father? Have you heard this before?
I have.
What's your thoughts on that? Because I know there's a lot of nuances and things. Because that's a very broad statement to make without additional information in there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it depends on the situation, but I mean, most of the time when that is said or suggested, it's typically when maybe a mother is asking for more child support, or she's expecting if she wants something financially, and the father may be saying to her, like, if you can't afford to take care of my child, then just give my child to me. And to that I say, give the child to him.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, what man? I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that there are single fathers out there, obviously, but some men just kind of like say things that they really don't mean. I think they say things out of frustration or just I don't even know why, because I mean, I'm not a man. I don't know why a man would say that. I guess they're just like not interested in what the mother has to say, and they think they may be able to do a better job, or they just don't want to give their money to that parent, or they feel like, oh, she's going to do this thing or one thing or another with my money, and if you need my money, why, I can take care of my child by myself. I don't need your help. If I were raising my child, I wouldn't ask you for child support. That's the number one thing that I also hear that men will say. If I were raising my child, I wouldn't need to ask you. I wouldn't ask you for any money for child support.
So what do you think about it? Do you think, like, because we hear in the news and all this stuff like this, you have these celebrity divorces and child support cases of these women asking in excess of, 5 figures. And when I say 5 figures, I'm not just talking about like, 10,000 or something like that. I'm talking about like 30, 40, 50,000.
Yeah.
In cases like that, because a lot of times that kind of money you can hire a nanny or a full-time nanny to pay to watch your kids. So in cases like that, I feel that as a father, this is me personally, and I think a lot of fathers would probably agree that you would rather just pay, like, I'm giving you this money to take care of the child. Why I gotta come up with this much damn money to give you, because basically that's telling me that you can't, if you need that much money and I'm making this money, why is the child with you? Because that basically shows me, if that's what you need at the end of the day, that's showing me that you're telling me this is what is required to take care of this child, right? I have that money, you don't, so why the fuck I gotta give you the money, especially if I want my child, Well,
I mean, when you're speaking in terms of celebrities, obviously they don't have like that type of money. A couple of things come to mind. First and foremost, I mean, if you were dealing with that person and, somebody like a celebrity was dealing with a person and they have a child with them, it went as far as them having a child together. Obviously that was a lifestyle that they presented maybe in the beginning. And it's not necessarily like, I mean, child support is obviously based off of what you can financially provide. Is not like, well, obviously it should be based off of what it is based off of, I guess, what the child's needs are. But in addition to that, how much you make on a biweekly basis or however that's calculated. But when you're speaking in terms of celebrities, I guess when that comes into play, it's like maybe they need more, I don't know, maybe they need security for this person's kid, or maybe they need to, obviously, I don't know what they do. I know that they may have to put their child in like a more secure space with regards to like schooling and things like that.
Let me stop that then, because I think, because we talking to the layman's out here, so I shouldn't have brought that up.
You did take it there, because I'm like, I don't know what celebrities do. I don't know why they need that much money. But when we're speaking in terms of like, normal people. So
let's just say, okay, I go out to the club one night, right?
Oh God.
I'm just giving an example that happens, right? I go out to the club, I pick something up, take it home, desecrate it, right? Or maybe she's already desecrated, but take it home, desecrate it, right? She's got my information. She shows up pregnant, right? We go. The due diligence is done in terms of figuring out whether this is my child or not. It is determined that I shot the club up and it is my child, right? She is living with her aunt or mama. She works part-time, at a gas station, making low minimum wage, right? Her mom is struggling. She's struggling, but she's taking me to court for X amount of money. I'm a high earner. I get it. And I guess you're gonna go and say, why did you go in there and do that?
Right.
Shit happens. I agree with that as well. Why
Mhm.
would I be going in there just because she's got a BBL, or she's double cheeked up in there? Why would I do that? But hey, shit happened.
Right.
I didn't decide. I decided not to.
Right.
And she comes up pregnant. She can't. Obviously, she lives with somebody. She can't take care of the child.
Because she lives with somebody?
She lives with her mom. Financially, she can't take care of the child.
Mhm.
I can.
Mhm.
I want the child.
Mhm.
You know that you can't take care of the child. What do you say in that scenario? What's your thoughts on that?
Because I like the first thing that pops into my mind is like that stood out to me is you saying that she's not capable of taking care of the child financially. Right. What does that say about her, you know, nurturing the child and what she can provide as far as just a mother? Like children need, they need their moms. So, I mean, as a father, I'm not saying that you can't nurture your child. I'm not saying you can't love your child, but naturally, the nurturer is going to be the mother. So whether it's, it's not all about who makes the most money,
Mhm.
it's who gets to keep the kid. I mean, there's just so many other variables that go with that. It's not just, okay, you have the most money, so you get the child, like it's a prize or something.
But traditionally, women get the child.
Traditionally.
Even regardless if she's a piece of shit.
I mean,
And I think
that
you know this.
happens. That
Yeah.
does happen.
I think for the most part, most states, we're in South Carolina, for those of you who are watching. This woman can be a crackhead, right? She could be homeless. The worst of the worst. South Carolina state family court law, whatever you want to call it, says that she is the de facto custodial parent because she is the mother, regardless of the situation. If you don't have a court order in place, she is the de facto custodial parent. And there doesn't have to be a court order in place for that. That's just standard, that it's that way. So I'm saying there is some bias when it comes to that, though, in terms of the law.
Yeah,
because of the mother, even though she may not be the best parent,
right.
She's automatically handed this child, and the man has to pay, even though she may be a shitty individual.
Right. I mean, that's unfortunate. But there are some cases where the man, is seen as a better parent, and he does get custody of his kid.
Very rarely.
Very rarely. But
I forgot the percent. Some of you guys could probably put it in the chat. You know what I mean? As far as the percentage of men that actually happens, it's very rare.
Yeah. I mean, and custody is such a strong, when you say custody, it's like, I don't think that any of this it's like a black and white thing when it comes to custody and the court money. System. That and the fact that, the child is obviously in one place, what is it, 75% more of the time with a one parent more than the other. I don't even know the percentages, but that's a long time. That's a lot of time being spent with one person. And I understand it because when school comes into play and things like that, the child doesn't need to be like bouncing all around. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like just because a man makes more money that he should have custody of a child, or whoever makes more money. And I do feel like, men should, whoever does have custody of a child, they should receive child support. So I'm not going to say men should pay child support because, there are some situations where the men have custody and the woman should have to be the person to pay the child support, if it came down to that.
I still think it's biased. And I'm going to give you another example in reference to that. Because it's assumed that men don't need child support, just like there's things and I'm not saying I totally agree because I know where this may go. A man should not be a bitch. A man should take care of his kids. You know what I mean? But there are times where if something is sprung upon a man, i.e., the woman is no longer able to take care, or and he had something in place, he's not able to get those same benefits that a woman could get from the government. The WIC, the food stamps, the Section 8, all those things like that.
Maybe he's just not applying for those things. Because
men can get that.
Yeah, they're not going to say, "Oh, well, he marked male on here. I'm not going to give him any benefits." That's it's based off of your income, obviously, and your income and how many children you have, and obviously there's a couple of different things that are needed. So, but if you make over a certain amount of money, you're not going to qualify for those types of benefits. But it doesn't go by gender. You know what I'm saying? If you have a child and you have custody of a child and you need those, that government assistance, you fill out the paperwork for it and you send it in. Obviously, they're going to review it. And if you make 7 cents over what they require, you're probably going to be denied. I assume that's, you just can't go over a certain amount. Yeah.
Men don't get that shit. You can say all that shit. This is that. I'm not saying you're being feminist.
No,
but that's that shit. Go ahead and that's that shit that feminists say. Well, you can go ahead and apply. You
can apply. They're not gonna say, "Oh, this is a man applying for some benefits. We're gonna mark that with an X."
Get your motherfucking ass out of here. What are you trying to do here? Even somebody in the chat said cap.
What?
You know what I'm saying? All facts, no cap. So if her ass is broke and she can't feed him, so on the flip side,
okay,
because somebody brought this up, and I think you said it. I think you said it just now as well. Do you think men are just bullshitting when they say "give me the child"?
I feel like a lot of times they are.
Let me turn my damn thing on. Continue, please. Explain.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes they are. Sometimes they just get angry and they're just speaking from a I don't know, like a wounded place. They're just speaking from a place of frustration. Because if a man really had to do all the things a woman had to do with a child, I just don't feel like they would. If they had to do it, they would probably be like, you know what? Let me give you this child back.
So you think if a woman calls a man's bluff, that that's what it'll come out to be, or he'll try to flip it on her and guilt her. Oh, you don't want your kid?
Absolutely.
You weak asshole.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. I believe 100%.
So men aren't really prepared to deal with the fuckery.
I don't believe that they're built like that. I believe that they can handle it if they have to. My hair just looks so crazy right now. I believe if they had to handle it, if they had to do it, they would do it. But I don't believe that they're built to do those types of things naturally. But if they had to, there's some men that can do it.
Yeah. There are some men that are adamant at doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, man. We got almost 40 people in here. I know this isn't the usual live stream, but I'm trying. Hit the like button. We're trying here. Hit the like button. Only like 17, 18 people. We're trying to get up at least 100 likes before I get off this live stream here. Almost 40 people in here. It should be almost 40 likes. Stop being stingy. Sheesh. Also, guys, this is a live call-in show. Feel free to call in, real quick. Go ahead and like and subscribe as well. Follow all of our social media. Y'all see it scrolling down on the bottom. Quit playing. Run it up to 40. Everybody right now simultaneously hit like. Man, it's easy like Sunday morning and shoplifting. See, they be playing with me, but other people, they just, oh, man, hold these hosts accountable. You're doing a good job. Da, 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 da. Maybe I got to do something. Maybe I'm not exciting enough. I know you don't have to say anything. You just have to sit here. You know what I'm saying? And
no, I have to say stuff.
You say stuff, but you don't have to. She's the eye candy and shit like that, so she don't have to really say too much. But I will say that men will say this, that haven't had to be a single parent or had to take care. Now, I could see if even if he's not a single parent, and let's say he's married or he remarried, if you haven't done it, it's a hell of a task at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that he would do worse than a woman. Yeah, I'm not saying that, but I think that, and there have been women. I think I'm trying to think of some examples. There have been women that just be like, take the kid.
Oh yeah.
I'm going on with my life.
Yeah,
Take the motherfucking kid.
yeah. Yeah.
I took the kid. I took 3 of them. No, I took 2. Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, I was the dude. I took him, and I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it's just some of them that's just like that, man. But I think if more women really did that, and I think more women are starting to do that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because, I mean, like I said before, I feel like naturally a child needs to be with the mother. Yeah. I mean, it's a very difficult job. Like, I mean, get up in the morning. I mean, you got to wash faces and asses, and you got to get more than just yourself dressed. You got to,
You can't even have a sex life.
I mean, yeah. Sometimes that's it interferes, but I mean, you'll figure it out.
Clapping cheeks, and the baby just bouncing on the side, bouncing on the side of the shit, or the door peaks. The light from the outside. Get off my. Do you usually say, "Get off my mama"? No, cold world out here in these streets.
It is.
Can you say 3? I'm no longer gonna say 304.
You just said it.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm no longer gonna say that, man, because I'm too cool for this shit. Like, to be if she's a hoe, she's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? That 304 shit. This manosphere talk. Politically correct. Just call her fucking.
Let it get in trouble.
I'm not in the manosphere.
No, I'm just saying that
get in trouble
are gonna hate you.
I mean, they don't like me anyway. Yeah, I got game. You know what I'm saying? I know how to talk to the women. I got game, and they don't like that. Plus, I'm handsome, and when I say I'm handsome, why you always gotta say he handsome? It's always all this bullshit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's the area. But child support. This is another common thing, and I want to bring this up as well.
Okay.
Right? It's said men will often accuse women of using child support as an excuse for a failed relationship or payback for a failed relationship. Do you think that's true with some women or they use that, they hold that over a man's head? If you move on with another bitch, I'm gonna put your ass on child support. If you don't stay with me, if you break up with me, I'm gonna put your ass on child support. If you get married and have another kid, even though you paying me child support, I'm gonna put you on child support.
I mean, if a man is already paying child support, I mean, what's the fear in being placed on child support if you're already paying child support?
Because basically, like, trying to get him for more money or trying to get the law involved. Nobody likes to go to court.
Right. No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
Unless you know that you're paying her way more than you should.
Right.
But there's a certain stipulation or there's a certain fear. I don't think any white man too, any man doesn't want to deal with the courthouse.
Right.
And there's a certain thing where, even though it's sometimes extreme, it's not. Let's just say you miss one payment and they're ready to fucking put your ass in jail. But a woman can miss several. All she got, I've talked about this at length. In my case, a woman can pop up and not pay for months or years and walk in the courthouse and just start crying. I wasn't making enough money. McDonald's laid me off. My boyfriend, was doing this, and I was on the blade for a few months, doing all this stuff. Oh, I feel sorry for her. You're good. Just walk out. A man can miss one payment get his ass ruled in, and they'll lock his ass up.
Well, it's
over
just
some
a
dumb
case by
shit.
case type situation, because I mean, I've had, I've known people I've known men who have had custody of their children and had the mother on child support, and the mother has gone to jail over non-payment of child support. Like spent a lot of time.
Who
in
you know
jail.
did that?
I knew a person
Besides
who
me.
did that.
You know what I'm saying?
I knew a person.
What woman did some jail time? I'm not saying you to
What
say. You knew women that I'm not asking you to say the name. You know women that done jail time for not paying child support.
I dated, he had custody of his daughter.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
And yeah, she went to jail.
Man, that's a cold world.
Yeah.
She was black, right?
She was black.
Yeah, because white women don't go to jail, right?
I don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, that shit. Everybody's like, JR, put out part two of the book or whatever, which that'll be some shit in there. But this, like I told you, like I've mentioned to you in the past, she went months without making any child support payments, such and such. And I was like, this motherfucker really think it's a fucking game. I said, well, let me go on my vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take my vacation real quick, and I'm gonna deal with this shit when I get back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And motherfucker thought I was selling wolf tickets. I called the police. And they went to her house and arrested her ass. And she did like 2 months, 2-3 months, and they let her ass out. She didn't have to pay no money to get out. But let me do that same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bailiff, take his ass to jail. You're not getting out till you pay all $9,000.
Right. Exactly.
Let's go ahead and read Samantha. I think she's complimenting the player. Samantha McQueen, shout out I appreciate the $10 super chat. She is a beautiful lady, but you're eye candy. I think it takes a man to raise a man. I'm just saying. I definitely agree. But what if that man is a bitch? What I mean by that is, what if you got a man so we all know that these child support cases or divorce cases are not the friendliest. People are assholes.
Right.
The mother is an asshole. The father is an asshole, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if the man is completely acting like a bitch?
Mm-hmm.
Which I know you've heard of someone that was dealing with a guy who was acting like a bitch, who he might be watching right now as well. So he might be watching right now. But what if you got a guy? Because you do have men who get in their feminine and try to hurt women via court when that's a feminine attribute. Right. To basically hurt a man, to do something to upset him or things like that. Mm-hmm. So there are toxic men just like there are toxic women. And I'm going to say that on here. I'm not this is not the He-Man Woman Hater show. Right. Hence why I only got 27 people on here. You know what I mean?
Right. That's why. That's exactly why.
Yeah. That's why I'm not a He-Man Woman hater. So, but there are men who are bitches, who try to control things by using the same tactics and leverage because they can't get a taste of the box anymore.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on a man acting like a female,
a man that's acting like a bitch
that's
getting custody. Yeah.
Oh God, I think that when it comes to that, sometimes men can be worse than, or they can be just as bad as women. They can be just as.
Why is that though?
Why I don't know. I wish I did know that. I really wish I did, because I mean, it's so unbecoming of a man to act like that. It's very unbecoming of a man to be in his feminine energy in that way. You know what I mean?
Could you be in a relationship with a man that's going through that?
Not. Well, a man who's going through,
like, who's acting like a bitch.
No. Because I mean, I feel like a man who is that way will take on a female role, and he will probably take a back seat to being the head when it comes to a relationship. He will allow the woman to kind of lead.
So he'll take a back seat and a strap on.
I don't know.
Cute booty clapping sounds by O'Shea Duke Jackson. Booty clapping sounds. But yeah, go ahead. Pause. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that I think a man would, he would take a backseat to being the head in the relationship. And it definitely takes, I feel like the man does need to be the one leading. But I mean, how do you focus on a relationship if you're trying to hurt someone else,
Right.
by way of, controlling them with a child?
Mm.
You know what I mean? So that's a thing that does happen.
Who has the energy?
Yeah, that's a good question. It actually takes a person who is, they would actually have to be in a relationship with somebody who's supportive of that type of foolery, that type of bullshit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes a special person. So Javon, back to child support. Javon said something like, a lot of guys put themselves in a position of ending up on child support. I don't necessarily agree with that. He's like, if you were a smooth dude, you could talk your way out of child support with your baby mama or whatever, which I don't always agree with that. He was like, if men were more diplomatic in conversations with their baby mama, things wouldn't get as bad as they are. It's just that he wants to get on the phone and act like a bitch. He wants to argue with her about how much he has to pay, go back and forth, instead of just, being smooth with it. Like, how you doing? What's up? Hey, check it out. This is what's going on. I can do this. I'll give you this and I'll do this. I can pick the kids up this time, so on and so forth. How does that, will that work? Because that's what I'm able to do at this point.
Right.
Instead, he wants to go back and forth. Bitch, I ain't giving you shit.
Right.
Right. And he could.
So you say you don't agree that that's something that could potentially.
I don't think it will always work, because you have some people, who you have some women who are emotionally driven to destroy this man.
I think that some of the women that are emotionally driven to destroy a man are women who may be listening to other women or other, somehow other females because I mean, if a man comes to you and he's like, listen, this is what it is. This is what I have. I know that you're asking me for this. However, this is how much I have at this moment. And, maybe we can kind of make an arrangement as far as what can be paid, and then in the meantime, I can help by way of picking the child up, dropping the child off, doing this, doing it. I mean, those sorts of things. Obviously, that's what you do, even as in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, but now we share this child together, and we're co-parenting. So, the best way to co-parent is to, just be able to negotiate things and have an understanding where you don't have to get the child, in an uncomfortable space. Because I mean, if a woman is upset about, oh, he's not trying to give me this money, she's going to probably be talking about it. The kid is going to overhear it. The child is going over to dad, and dad is like, I don't know why your mom acting like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because some people don't know how to just leave those conversations out of the space of a child. So.
Well, Ken Ward makes I don't want to highlight this, because I'm not petty like that, because you only got 26 people on it tonight. So, who am I? Like, if you don't give me a super chat, I'm not putting the shit up. Y'all ain't doing shit anyway. So Ken Ward says, I did, and she waived my back pay, and we worked it out.
Okay.
By being diplomatic.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of these He-Man woman haters don't know how to talk to women.
Yeah, I agree.
And you may get some buns out of the deal too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may get some buns out of the deal, but that's what Javon was saying. He was like,
he's not lying.
He's like, I would have. He's like, my granddaddy would do this. He'd drop a loaf of bread off in here, get some buns when he dropped the loaf of bread off, go over here, do this. He had it on lock. But a lot of these guys want to be in their feminine and argue with a woman instead of trying to talk. I'm not saying that works with all women, because some women are just that,
hostile
where you can't do that.
Yeah.
But because it's almost like, okay, if I was yelling at you one day, now I'm talking to you nice, talk to me nice. It would be kind of weird that you're like, why is he talking? Why is he being nice to me?
Right.
You know, when he was being an asshole all this time. So,
but yeah, you definitely, people look for consistency. I mean, women tend to know who they're dealing with. Men tend to know who they're dealing with. I mean, and if you've always, had a pretty comfortable relationship where you could kind of communicate with one another, civilized in a civilized manner, more than likely you can negotiate in some type of arrangement where there's an amount that is agreed upon and certain things that are agreed upon, and you can just, you don't have to bicker and fuss and do all that back and forth mess. But I mean, if it's a guy that has a tendency to always lose his shit and not be able to communicate well, you can probably expect that he's going to be an asshole, once you try to negotiate an amount of money that is required for the child. So
unfortunate. So unfortunate.
Yeah. Extremely.
You ready to get off this motherfucker, man?
You got to talk about more controversial things.
I'm about to talk about, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Well, I gotta stop doing this.
Yeah, you gotta stop doing that.
Yeah. Child support.
What about it?
Get rid of child support.
Get rid of child support?
Yeah.
Get rid of child support.
Get rid of child support.
So you get rid of child support, right? And then what happens? So does that leave one parent to take care of the child financially? Because I know how men, oh my God. Oh, this is another thing that men like to say. You take care of the child when you have them, and I'll take care of them when I have them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 1 second, guys. We're gonna take a quick little intermission here. While we're taking this intermission, hit that. My mic is all collapsed and whatnot. Hit that like button really quickly. I should have been talking about the brat or some shit tonight. That's what we gonna probably get into some damn. I don't know why I do this shit. Get into the brat or something tonight. How she smoke break. Talk about, because that's what I was gonna talk about as a backup topic. Since we talk about child support, children don't mix in this equation. What do you guys think about while we're on this intermission here? What do you guys think about the brat using a white man's sperm because she said that the only black man she could find looked like Jiminy Cricket? What do you guys think about that? And her wife said, what was it? Was it less than 2% of the sperm that they have as black men? So black men don't really go to sperm banks like that. You know what I mean? So I mean, the stock should be high. You feel me? The stock should be super high if there's a scarcity in black donations. So that's what I'm saying, fellas. Like, a lot of you guys, I said this in the past, a lot of you guys can clean up. A lot of you guys, put out ads, especially just like on that movie She Hate Me, where my man was cleaning up, he was getting 10 grand. Ladies, if you got 100 grand, I'll hook you up. If you got 100 grand, I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be anything less. And that's with the waiver and everything. You know what I'm saying? Let me read it. Marriage, politics, and sport. Shout out to you. Need to get rid of child support being tied to the criminal justice. Exactly. Most definitely tied to. They need to get rid of that shit altogether. You gonna make some shit criminal. We gonna put your ass in jail. All this other stuff. I definitely agree. You on point, bro. We rocking with you. Appreciate you once again. And it's this you splurging tonight, Blair. I feel you. I was just talking to them about the brat real quick. I was just bringing that up.
Oh yeah.
About since we talking about some contemporary topics.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously she said they her and wife narrowed it down to 300 people.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And out of those
300 people, that's all.
Yeah, 300 people, right? And she was saying there were no good looking brothers. The one brother that they did come across, looked like Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy Cricket, right?
And they decided to go with this handsome looking white man. Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, is that what they wanted originally?
I mean, my thing is she's a celebrity. Why can't she get somebody, like, she can put out something and say, like, I'll pay you such and such, get a handsome man, and
maybe they're using, because when they're using the sperm, that person doesn't know that their sperm is being used. I mean, but I guess you're right. They could just put out a whatever. So the thing with the sperm, the way I understand it to be, most of the time when they're using the sperm for these particular situations, they have to, they don't just go out and get somebody's sperm. Like, it has to be like a year or something where, like they have to follow this person's whatever actions and stuff for a year. That's what I was told. I actually know a person that did that too.
I'm like, I'm just saying some stuff in terms of, and I read a comment here about most couples that use sperm donors prefer mixed race children. There's a whole thought process I have on that.
What's that?
The whole thing, I'm pretty sure Dr. Umar was like, this is another thing besides lesbianism being a part of white supremacy, is what Dr. Umar would say. Mm-hmm. Which I should have said that on here, but the fact that they would actually, two black women would actually get a white man for a sperm donor, you know what I mean? And saying, and in the process saying the black man looks like Jiminy Cricket.
They probably said so many other things, but obviously that's going to be the thing that everybody makes, a big fuss about. They probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm just saying.
There weren't any white men that looked like Jiminy Cricket.
Probably. I mean, there's 300 people that you're narrowing this thing down to. So, I mean, come on.
So, Marriage, Politics, and Sports says black men's sperm go for $1,200. You gonna have to pay me $100,000, like I told you. As intelligent and handsome as I am, you know what I'm saying? And
I'm just listening to you.
Black male sperm or black man's sperm goes for $1,200 a pop. It's so rare. The sperm banks still only pay less than $100. Really? Damn. These some damn very precise studies. That's all they pay you is $100. Yeah. I guess for some people they were like, man, I like to spank it. So if I like to spank it, I do this shit every day anyway. You know what I'm saying? Why not get paid?
Yeah.
You coming in here every day though, bro? Like,
I don't know how that stuff works though, because from my understanding, I mean, I guess there are some sperm banks that are like, come as you are and let me give you this cup and you go in there. Or there's like some that are literally like, you get this whole backlog of information about a person and their personality type and I don't know, maybe their diet and I don't know. It's a lot of stuff, but they, from what I was told, you have to, there's like a whole series of things that they have to go through. You don't just give them, you don't just walk in, give your sperm and walk out. It's not like one of those things.
A battery of tests, huh?
Oh yeah.
$100K.
Which makes sense. I mean,
100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you would want?
Absolutely.
I mean, they only give what, like, is it, I mean, I could be wrong. Is it like 10,000 an egg? There's a whole.
Really? Oh yeah, I heard.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I read that somewhere.
Might be, but 100K
would feel so weird. Like I have a kid just walking around, like, it's my kid, it's my child. Men just don't. I guess a lot of men are just like, oh, I don't care. I don't think I would care how much they would give a woman for her eggs. I would never like donate my eggs.
Yeah.
I had someone really close to me that was having a hard time having kids, and people would say, "Oh, are you gonna maybe help her by like maybe carrying your child for her or donating your?" No, I don't know how surrogate moms do it. I mean,
That's crazy.
I met a woman that was a surrogate.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. Some people love it.
Yeah. These people are, I guess, no judgment though. Just you have a kid and you just give it away. You know what I'm saying? Give me cut the check. I mean, I know in the Philippines it's probably like, because I hear that's a popular thing in the Philippines or a lot of these third world countries that they hire them to be surrogates and they're like, shit, I don't give a fuck, cut the check.
Yeah.
You know
I just
what
don't know. I mean, that's a long time. I mean, I don't know. That's just, I don't know. Yeah. I know that's just weird to me. I can't, I don't think that I would have the ability to psychologically like carry another person's child or carry a child and just give it away to someone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Just skeet.
You just skeet. Yeah, just skeet everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely like in the 80s.
Just,
yeah.
In the 80s, just skeet and just, hey man, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Just
roll the dice.
Pause. Pause. But yeah, I didn't know that. So you were saying before you left though, you said that they keep it for a year. What did you say?
So from my understanding, they I guess they tested for abnormalities or something. I'm not 100% sure why they do it that way. But anyway, the person has to report back with additional information. And I don't know what information, like, I guess maybe, they have to do these different tests, like obviously a psych test.
Developing countries, not third world countries, JR. I just had to say that, It's developing countries, not third world countries, JR.
Get it right, JR.
Get it right. Get it right, JR. It's developing countries.
You're wrong.
You can't say third world.
But yeah, so they go through a series of tests and different things like that so that they're able to...
They put JR on the end too.
JR.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah. They just have to, go through a series of different tests and things like that so that they're able to, I guess, find the qualifying, candidates.
You know what we're going to do?
What's that?
We're going to turn the smoke hour to contemporary topics. We're going to just cover a bunch of topics in the news instead of this shit right here. Because this is like, this, man, contemporary topics, what's in the news. That's what we're gonna do instead of just this shit, and get your opinion on that shit. That way we can surf through Instagram and all this other stuff and talk about all the foolishness and fuckery that's going on out here and label it that. We got some more dick beaters in the chat that want some attention, but it's not gonna happen unless we're doing it Europe. Yeah. I bet this dude is he's a Bati boy in the chat. I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a Bati boy. Baltimore in the building. Not unless we doing it. I'm bullshit. I ain't giving up none unless we doing it. You minds. Sheesh. Yeah. So matter of fact, I should just change the title right now and just cover this a bunch of time. What you think about Serena Williams being pregnant now? Since we on this shit, what do you think?
I don't know why, but I didn't know about that until like today.
Did y'all see that picture of Serena? Did y'all see that picture of Serena Williams? I'm just pulling it up. They'd be like, why don't you pull it up on the computer? I don't got time for that shit now. The one where she's from the front holding her gut. Not her gut, her stomach.
Her stomach.
Cause you was like, that shit looks suspect, huh?
It's
like,
just...
Her makeup wasn't together?
It was weird. Her makeup was a little off.
What do you think about that one?
She just looks really tired. I mean, I look really tired, but I'm not Serena Williams either.
She's like a raccoon right there. And I hate to say that. I know that's kind of
she's
messed up.
Exhausted.
She got that. She wasn't too exhausted to throw that shit on her head though. You know.
That's not nice.
What? What wasn't nice?
What you said about her throwing that shit on her head?
What's wrong with that? That's some shit on her head. That ain't her hair.
How you know
She
that?
threw some
That's that
bullshit.
woman's hair. She bought it. She paid for it. Yeah, that's an interesting look. I don't know if I like
All
that
of a
look.
sudden, I can't. They must have deleted that photo off the internet because all
Did
of
you
a
not
sudden,
screenshot it?
no, all of a sudden I can't find it.
That was a weird looking. It was an interesting looking photo. I don't know. It feels like they're making her look very masculine.
She like a transmission right there, huh? Because you know you can't say that word, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not there to make fun of the sister, but it's just like y'all women be doing stuff like, and it gets to the point where y'all start looking like men. You know. But yeah, I think the first pregnancy was hard on her. I'm guessing this one is too.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, pregnancy can be very difficult for some women. It can be very, very difficult because, I mean, you don't know how your body's going to respond to that. You know what I mean? Some women bounce back. Some women, you know, they go through absolute hell. You know, they're sick the entire time. Can't keep anything down. It's just horrible.
So why do they keep doing it?
Why do they keep doing it? Getting pregnant?
Why they keep getting pregnant? Yeah.
What do you mean? I hate, you know, you say that like as if a woman is getting herself pregnant.
She's not, but she's like, you know, she's granting access.
She's granting access. Yeah, well, she's granting access. I mean, do you not know how to not make that happen though?
What I'm saying is, if this is such a terrible process,
yeah,
exhausting, you know, and it's painful.
Well, she wants a baby. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, I mean, because these children are probably planned and she just wants another child. I mean, it's 9 months. It's not like an eternity. I mean, but I don't know. I don't know what is doing to her body. I don't know how she's feeling. So,
but it looks good on her.
I mean, well, it doesn't matter what it looks like on her. I mean, you know, as long as she's happy in her skin. And
I'm asking your opinion.
What, the pregnancy? She looks like most pregnant women when they're like exhausted. I guess.
Very good answer.
That's hard.
Very politically. very politically correct answer. Yeah. You know, very PC. I feel you.
That's what I think. I'm just saying, it can be difficult. It can be a hard thing to go through.
I'm gonna have the topics lined up next time. We're just shooting the shit right now, talking about some shit.
What about the Ebony K. Williams thing?
So I did the video on that. You know, we were talking about that shit on the video, and I agree. She don't have to deal with a bus driver. But she don't have to deal with a fucking bus driver, and if she's an accomplished woman. Yeah. But like I said, this woman's she'll be 40 this year. Before we started the show, I was talking to you about women attracting a certain type of man. Right. So she's not a practicing attorney. I get it. She's no longer a practicing attorney. She's a reality star / media personality. So she won't date a guy, which I can see. I don't see why all fellas are up in they got their panties in a bunch about it. If this woman is a millionaire or close to a millionaire, she's not really going to be dealing with a man that's making less than 6 figures. I don't know anywhere, unless you guys can correct me, that there's anywhere in the United States where a bus driver, I'm not talking about a bus driver for Cash Money Records or some shit like that that's going, you know, a tour bus driver. I'm not talking about that bus driver. I'm talking about just a regular bus driver, school bus driver, transit bus driver, whatever have you. That makes over $100,000, you know. But if you have a woman that's making 10 times that, And I understand status, money equals status at the end of the day. And when they ask her, what does your man do for a living? What does your husband do for a living? He drives a school bus. He drives a school bus. He drives, the transit bus for the city. He's a city bus driver. I think women will take a hit with their pride, regardless of how well endowed this man is, how well he treats her, how good looking he is, all those things. It will come down to he's a fucking bus driver.
Yeah.
I don't care what he does. He's a bus driver.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that?
I feel as though, she just used that term to just, she used it to use it. She basically was meaning, I'm assuming that what she was meaning was anybody who made less than what she makes. I don't feel like, maybe she's not like exactly looking for a person who makes close to what she's making, but I imagine she's like, you got to make more than, you got to at least make 6 figures. Maybe that's what it is. But I agree with you to a certain extent, because you're like, she's going to be 40, obviously. As you get older, I'm not saying that you run out of options, but things just tend to get a little slimmer. So you get to choose from different ends of the spectrum, and I mean extreme ends of this spectrum. Like there's like the 40 is like that gray area for women sometimes. So you can be 40 and have like a 20-something-year-old boyfriend, or you can be 40 and have like a 60-something-year-old boyfriend. It's almost like you don't really find the men that are your age that are actually available. They're usually married, or they're looking for someone younger than them. So there's that. But overall, I think that she, I don't know, she deserves to be with someone, with status, because she has it, But
she deserves
a good, you know what I'm saying? Like, she worked hard, and we all deserve, and that's what she said too. A part of what she said, she was like, we all deserve, we all deserve to have what we want. But do you feel as though she's undeserving of the type of man that she wants based off of what? Because if she goes into this, if we're talking strictly her money, if she's gone to school and she's worked hard and
what if you're a character? What if you're a piece of shit?
Well, she may find a man who makes a lot of money who happens to be a piece of shit also. Because it sounds like all she cares about is a man who has as much money as she has. Like, she just doesn't want to date a bus driver. She wants to date someone that has money, like she does. Which I don't know what difference it's going to make, because what are you going to do? Compare how much money you have with the man, your husband, when you lay down, or your man, whatever, when you lay down next to him? You can do just as much, as not the same things that he can do for you. So I don't see why the money is so important. Just like he can take you on these trips, you can do the same thing. So I think that the money would get in the way, because he's buying you gifts and you're like, oh shit, I could have did that. Miley Cyrus says she can buy herself flowers.
I think there are a lot of people that are pretentious. There are definitely are a lot of women that are pretentious.
Yeah.
And that entitlement, or I deserve shit because of what you accomplish, doesn't mean shit to me.
Yeah.
Your accomplishments doesn't mean that you deserve anything.
Right.
You have to show and prove at the end of the day.
Right.
Just because she's an attorney, she's been on the Real Hoes of New York show, and other things, appeared guest host for Breakfast Club, doesn't mean that she deserves anything.
So what I'm saying is, because let me be clear, you're saying she may have poor character, right?
She may have poor character. Other things.
Okay. Yeah. She could, right?
Yeah. Poor hygiene.
She had poor hygiene, and she has money, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, she could meet a man who also has poor character and poor hygiene, and he has a lot of money. Maybe that's the man she deserves. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that she would have to necessarily, I'm not saying that, oh, she's undeserving or she's
I'm not going to have money and be with a woman with poor character, though.
Because you're not a man with poor character. But what I'm saying is,
you think a man going to deal with a broad? I got money. Mm-hmm. I'm a millionaire. I'm going to deal with a woman that has an attitude and that's funky. You know, you have an attitude.
If he has an attitude and he's funky, then no woman is going to want to deal with him either.
Bullshit. Oh,
so you feel
money
like
talks.
It's different. So why would her money not talk?
It won't talk to a man of her financial level. Mm-hmm. No man wants to deal with no woman, like a woman with attitude, period. A woman, just because you're at a certain level with money, I'm going to deal with your shit when I can get a younger woman that will, yes, what do you need me to do? Say less. Got you covered. That's how it is. I'm not about to be putting up with a woman that's sitting here like, I graduated this. I was the solicitor's assistant. I worked for the attorney general for Louisiana. I was on the Real Hoes of New York, and all this other shit. Dismissed. There's nothing else to talk about. So, and I think a lot of women who have money have that. A lot of women who have money have that issue. Mm-hmm. And it's not to say that you got to be a slave, but at least be agreeable and not say, well, these are my accomplishments. I make this amount of money. Check out how big my dick is.
Maybe she goes home and she cries at night. You don't know. Maybe she's just putting on that front for people.
I'm not putting her down. I'm just saying when women say they deserve shit, I think that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
What about men? So if men say they deserve
definitely
something.
You can, as a man, you definitely can't say that. I don't think too many men say that shit. There's more women that say I deserve something. And
you never said you deserve something?
I don't think it was a woman. I don't think I've said a woman.
You never said that.
Hell no. I deserve to have this kind of woman. I mean, she should be glad to be with me at the end of the day. The hell? Anyway, let me read this. You got marriage, politics, and sports. They must have won. I mean, you got your taxes back on marriage, lottery, and sports. I mean, marriage, lottery, and sports. You won the lottery, ballot, marriage, politics, and sports. She priced herself out the market, and the S word. She shit on all middle class men on her way out. No high value man is checking for 40-year-olds stuck in her misandrous ways. Not the misandrous, dog. Shit, misandry. Hypergamy and tattoos. What's the other one? Ad hominem. That's one of them. That's one of those. I'm not gonna say his name, but that's one of those fresh and fit words. That you guys. I shout out to you though. Marriage, politics, and sports. Appreciate you, man. Man got his tax. He got his taxes back. Look at this number, man. Shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all. We're on fire. Yeah, I think so too, man. But shout out to the algorithm. I'm about to quit. I'm about to quit YouTube, man. For real. I appreciate everybody in here, man. But I'm about to quit YouTube, man. Good riddance, JR.
Don't shit on the middle class.
Yeah,
on your way out.
But
okay.
But I think women don't realize that though, because she's an attractive woman, right? Mm-hmm. And I think attractive women, even if you're an ugly ass woman, if you got a fat ass, the ego is through the roof. If you're an unattractive, because a woman can make up for her beauty with her body. And I think we all know this. The ugliest.
I don't agree with that.
Go on Instagram. It's butt ugly women on there with A1 bodies that have a huge following. There's BBWs with buns for sale that are making a killing. So a woman can make up, and this is for all you ugly women watching, A woman, you can make up for anything by working on your body. Men have been saying this. Men are constantly saying, women know this. And even women who are heavy in the gym know that you don't have to be an attractive woman. You can have a ball tennis ball head, right? And if your body is basically A1, you can almost have any man that you want, or you'll have a ton of men beating down your door, and you can be, in the words of a lot of men, shout out to Recipes Kevin, you can be ugly as sin. I don't know, we were saying that since the 90s, but you can be ugly as sin and get whatever man you want if your body
is he just there to, is he going to take that type of woman serious? Because he's not attracted to her face.
But that makes her right? that makes her attractive, though. That still makes her attractive, her body. You can have a beautiful face and have no assets. That may work for a certain demographic of men, where you can have no body and have a pretty face. But I can't. I just can't. I can't rock with that. And I think most bros. But then again, if she's light skinned, right? She could be, as long as she's light skinned and she don't have to have nothing. As long as she's light skinned, that's all I need. But for a big BBW snow bunny, she could be, because they can get away with everything too, right? What is going on? Well, how many likes we got up in here, man? Because I was gonna shut this shit down at 1 hour. Well, we finally hit 40. Everybody hit the like button, man. Jeez, hit the like button. Let's get 100 likes, at least so the algorithm can, can look out for a player. Sheesh. Oh, it's not showing. Well, yeah. 43. Oh, this is great. Awesome. So where were we? I'm sorry. Tina Summers, where were we with this?
You were saying
you don't have to look. You can, ladies, you can be ugly as sin. If you were ugly duckling all your life, you didn't get any numbers, you weren't able to take any men on any dates, you can improve it by going to the gym. Trust me. Men will look your way. They can't keep, and then you'll get tired of it. I'm tired of getting all this attention. No, you're not. There's no such thing, right? No such thing as too much attention.
Really?
No. No such thing.
I think that all women have a desire to, catch a man's eye.
Absolutely.
Regardless of whether she's taken or not. But it makes
there's a video I'm gonna be doing about this, but go ahead.
But it just makes her feel like, I still got it,
I'm glad you said that, because there's a clip that I just watched. This woman was married for 7 years. She said, you know what? Sometimes I just wish men were just all over me. I just wish men were all over me. I like that feeling, And I know what she was talking about, because I know women are vain. Women love attention. That's why I say you as a man will never be enough for your woman. She has to get that outside attention. This woman literally said in front of her husband, and she's like, that's why my husband is my best friend, because I can say these things to him. She's like, I just miss the feeling of men being I just want men to be all over me. I just want them all over me.
Like complimenting her,
like, basically trying to get with her. Like, she's like, I like that feeling.
I wouldn't take it that far. I'm just saying, like, a woman still, like, I think it's different for different people. It's different for different women. If it's something that you're used to, you're probably like, if a man, trying to talk to you or whatever. It's just like putting your shoes on. It just comes. It's just a normal thing. It's just another day.
I felt like she disrespected her husband by saying that.
But yeah. So if you're married and you're saying that I don't know, that was a very poor choice of words. Like, you want men to be all over you. Maybe if she's like, oh, I like compliments from men.
Let me see if I can play it real quick.
It's strange that she would say that.
I want to get the context right.
Yeah, it's weird that her husband would just be. I mean, obviously they have that type of relationship because she otherwise wouldn't feel comfortable saying something like that in front of her husband. And maybe they just have like a really strong, you know, relationship. Is that it?
On me.
Here we go.
I tell you, we had a moment. We were driving, and she was like, "Ugh," and I was like, "What's going on, babe?" And she was like, "You know, I just want someone else on me." And I was like,
It had been.
I'm driving. I'm like,
He was like, what?
wait, excuse me? I was like, what do you mean you just want somebody
You
else
know,
on? And look, she was in her own world. She was like,
just staring out the window. And it didn't mean exactly that. What I meant was
Bullshit.
we had been in a relationship for
a long time.
probably 10 years by then.
No, it was like 7 years.
7-year itch, you know what they say. And
7-year itch.
7-year
you know,
itch.
I had missed, like you miss when you get married, that moment that you guys meet for the first time and he walks you to your door and you're like, oh, is this gonna be a thing? Is it not gonna be? The butterflies, all those things when you're dating people, the spontaneity, all those little things. And I had just gotten to a point where I was like, oh, I'm never gonna have a first kiss again with someone. I'm never gonna get that like anxious feeling again when you're first dating someone and you don't know where it's going. And it was more like a realization of all of that stuff. And I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to let that go. Like those butterfly feelings. And you have butterflies when you're married for a long time, but it's just
they're different.
It's different.
They're not real
different.
butterflies.
They're like moths. They're like moths.
They don't, you know, they don't got pretty colors no more. They just beige.
That like flutter towards the light.
They just beige. Maybe got a hole in the wing.
Wow.
I'd be like, what's up with your best friend? We could all have some fun, believe me. we get some butterflies from your best friend. You know what I'm saying? But she's just like, I'll never have that bit. Get your ass out there and, you know, let me know. Get your ass out there. And that's how you feel? That's how you feel about me? Okay, say less. That's how you feel? Okay. And then you saying this in front of like the world.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just want another man. I just want somebody on me.
Right,
I want that newness.
Yeah.
I think I've heard you say in the past. Like newness, it's exciting, you know, to have something new. You know, it's just that excitement. And I believe that. I believe that's how women feel. That's why they have work husbands, they flirt with guys. Because it's a newness, and then they have to go home and they whack off and they fantasize about this guy at work. Meanwhile,
you think women go home and masturbate to
absolutely
men from work?
Absolutely.
No.
Especially if she feels that way. If she feels that way, that she came out and said that.
No, I don't agree with the women going.
So she'll just have sex with the dude.
No, now. Yeah. I don't know what that lady's problem is because that's
you don't think that's realistic?
That women go home and
my ex-wife told me that not about that. My ex-wife said that it feels good for other men to, you know, to want to get with you or things like that, to want to, you know, feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Not that you whack. I mean, I'm pretty sure women is not out of the. Women, when they're having sex with a man, whether it be their significant other, husband, I'm pretty sure other men cross their mind while they're in the heat of things, especially if the shit is whack. She's probably thinking about another dude, or thinking about that dude that said hello, or that UPS guy that came in, or whatever. It's something that's going on where she's thinking about this dude. So, and man, you just have to come to terms with that. You're not her everything. You might feel like you are, but you have to come to terms that women, you're not the last man on earth. Women find other men attractive. A woman will sleep, if under the right circumstances, if she could get away with it, she would sleep with this guy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Because sometimes guys are so hit or miss. You just, you know, I mean, nobody really wants to waste that time.
Waste what time?
I'm just saying, like, flirting is one thing, but like taking it to a whole nother level of just like, okay, we're engaging in a, you know, a sexual moment.
So what do you think she was getting at by saying that?
I honestly think, I mean, it's crazy that she even said that, especially in front of her husband, and that she's thinking about the fact that she'll never experience that again. Like, God, it's almost like losing a friend. Like, why are you even looking out the window? Why are you so zoned out? What's happening in this moment where you're so bored? Because I mean, that's what I took it as. Like, she's bored as fuck with this dude. And she's like, oh, 7-year itch. So they obviously have been together more than 10 years at this point, because she said, oh, I think at that point we had been together about 10 years. And he's like, no, it was 7. And I mean, he remembered, you know, exactly when this happened, which is like probably something that it probably means that she probably, it obviously made him feel some type of way for him to remember that moment, you know. But I mean, I guess that's the type of relationship they have where they can just laugh that kind of stuff off. But I just feel like there's some men you just can't share that type of, you know, you may think it, but you can't let it come out of your mouth. But I mean, if you're that bored with a person, what do you, I don't know. What do you do?
Go hit the streets.
He's definitely bored with him. But I mean, she's got to be bored with him, because I mean, if he's the type of guy that will allow his wife to say something like that and be okay with it, like, what kind of man are you? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm bored with you because you just let me talk all kind of fucking ways. You just let me say whatever the hell I want to say. Like, I mean, there are no boundaries in our relationship. Like, if I can talk like that, I can do whatever I want. If I can say that to you, then I can do whatever I want because you let me say it. You know what I mean? That's what that's giving. It's giving she just probably does whatever she wants. And I mean, that's their relationship. Obviously, you know, if there aren't any rules in the relationship, if you don't know that you're not supposed to say certain things, then that's just the type of situation they have going on. But I don't agree with what she said. I don't agree that I definitely don't feel like as a married woman, she should have said that. But, you know, I also feel as though it's his fault because he allows her to just say whatever.
Maybe, you know, once again, she don't feel like he got options. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe she feels like he doesn't have options. Maybe she feels that way. But I mean, obviously she's secure in the relationship. And maybe he's insecure in the relationship. It's not to say that she's going to do something. It's just she's just saying what's on her mind, I guess.
I don't know how long she's going to be thinking about it and not doing nothing. Because if she told him, you know, she told other people.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a discussion that she's had with someone, one of her girlfriends, maybe. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's been a great live stream.
Yeah.
It's getting late here.
It is.
Richard Witherspoon, frequent sex is good exercise for both burning calories and stretching her out. For sure.
You know, it's just maintenance.
Yeah. Well, this has been another quiet live stream tonight, you know. So anything else you want to add before you got up out of here? No, nothing.
No, nothing at all.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to add before we get out of here? No, y'all want to add anything? Yes, not. But yeah, I think if we continue this, we'll probably you know, cover some topics and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe add a little bit more yelling.
Yeah.
Start yelling up in here.
Should we argue with one another?
Yeah, start arguing.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just fake slap you on here.
Oh, don't do that.
You know, just slap her. They'll be like, "Oh, he just slapped the woman live on." Yeah. Somebody said you were on point. You know what I'm saying? Shout out.
Yay.
I appreciate that, Samantha. Tina was on point.
Thank
for
you,
sure.
Samantha.
So, hey, man, you guys have been wonderful. Awesome. I appreciate you guys that have shown up, for another episode. Keep doing what you're doing. You guys have a good night. It's getting late. It's almost 10. Happy hump day and all that. And let's go ahead and knock the rest of this week out.
Oh yeah, Cinco de Mayo is Friday.
Oh yeah, Cinco de Mayo is Friday for sure.
Yeah, forgot about that. Oh, happy Cinco de Mayo in advance.
And Mexicans don't celebrate Cinco de Mayo.
Only
only Americans do.
Yeah.
Ain't that some shit?
But we still gonna do it.
They don't give a fuck about it. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah.
Yeah, while I'm at it, you guys see these wonderful hoodies we got on here. I have on the Interstice hoodie. These are for sale on the shop. Tina Summers has on the Uber YouTuber. Feel free to purchase one below if you guys want to support the channel as well. Instead of super chats, you guys can also purchase these. It's awesome. But super chats are, greatly appreciated as well. You know what I'm saying? About to, get into the content in terms of you guys getting into more advanced dating. More advanced dating and techniques, and I'm Tina Summers is going to be giving you guys some content on advanced dating and things like that, and how you ladies should be conducting yourself, how to be nice and bubbly and feminine, and not be a cold dead fish, just a monotone, no personality type person, which is a complete turnoff for guys. So she'll teach you how to be feminine and how just not to be just an asshole, you know what I'm saying? And a robot on a date. So you know what I mean? So we're gonna come at you with those because that's what it's about, making you guys better people, you know what I mean? For you youngins out there. Shout out to Gifted Hands for the $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you. No comment, but I feel you though. We appreciate you regardless, for supporting the channel. So definitely good night, and God bless, Godspeed, and like, share, comment, and subscribe as usual. Follow us on all platforms as well. You can see it down there scrolling at the bottom. And I'm glad we did a month back called Figure It Out. Yeah, I guess that's what you guys want to hear, man. Maybe that's what I need to do.
What'd you
start telling these guys and letting them know, just to keep it player. You know what I'm saying? Figure the shit out. Remember, I think I was telling you about that, a video I did about, you can't expect a woman to figure it out for you. She expects you to figure the shit out. You know what I mean? Instead of being a bitch ass, mofo.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys need some advice, man. You're going through some heartbreak. I got a testimony today that I was telling you from a young man. He came to me today and he was like, yo, I got a success story. I finally bagged her, because he was actually going to start chasing her and pushing her away, but he actually got some success. So if you guys need some dating advice, feel free to hit me up, book a one-on-one with yours truly. If you guys are about to go through a divorce, if you guys are, I'm not an attorney, but I can kind of tell you what you need to do. I gotta tell you, hey, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But if you guys need some advice with that, you know what I'm saying? Your girl left you, your girl, she's not giving you sex anymore. You know what I'm saying? You trying to figure out how to get her back? Yo, hit me up, man. You need some ladies. If your guy's acting funny, if your guy's, doing a 2-minute drill or something like that, and it's not working out, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But what I mean by that is I got some advice.
What are you gonna do?
I got some advice for you. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up, if you have problems with your significant other, you know what I'm saying? That part. And if you have $100 grand, the offer still stands. If you have $100,000, holla at your boy. I got you. I got you. Hey, keep it player, leave kids out of it though. That part. Love that live, man. I watch it all the time. I didn't know that was a live stream. That was a live stream I did. I thought that was a regular video where I talked about figuring it out. Oh, I have to go back and look at that.
You do, because it sounds like I probably
Well, we can look it up right
you know what
now.
I'm saying. Like I probably said some shit to you, and you were probably like,
Nah, figure. As a man, you have to figure it out. Oh shit, that was a live stream. Yeah. Don't let me play it. Them all look there. How cold I look right there.
very handsome.
Had the waistcoat on. Oh, so
Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe I should start doing more of these. You know what I mean? Telling y'all how to stop being bitches. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, stop being bitches. What we get for 100K, you get pregnant for 100K.
Oh wow.
That's what you get for 100K. For those of y'all having trouble, you know what I'm saying? You'll get pregnant for 100K. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all going that $100 stuff ain't flying over here. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say something though.
You don't miss.
Oh, yeah, don't miss. One hitter quitter.
Mm.
One shot, one kill. What's the deal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn, what was that? Somebody's about to say. I was about to say something, man. So I already plugged all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do more content about these dudes. For these dudes to stop being bitches.
Mm-hmm.
For them to start being men. For them to stop worrying about holding women accountable. Hold themselves accountable. If you're dealing with a dirty chick that don't want to listen, just leave her alone. The alternative for all your problems, fellas, is just to spank it.
Really? Mm.
You start worrying about a woman too much, spank it. You going through some shit with your woman, spank it. You know, you had a breakup, spank it. It'll take your mind off of the stuff and put you back where you need to be at. Why am I talking so vulgar on these live streams?
I don't know.
But it's just good advice for these guys that's just losing their minds. You know what I mean?
All right. That's a wrap.
Oh, yeah, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
100K a month in child support. No, there's gonna be a waiver. So I'll be absolved of any child support. You know what I'm saying? How many views did that one get? It doesn't show me right there. Go to analytics. It ain't showing me the analytics. I know everybody's like, you still on here?
Right.
Nah, it's got to be more than that. 274 views. Man, I tell you, man, when I do blow up Tina Summers, there's got to be more views than that, bro. We're not. I mean, it's all good. Anyway, man, I was just looking at that since they brought it up. Thought single mothers are criticized more than absent fathers. Yep, for sure.
Yep, that's very true. Very true.
Single fathers are the cream of the crop. Hey man, maybe one day I'll blow up 100. We're gonna have somebody was asking me what am I gonna do when I hit 100,000, which who knows when that's gonna be. I'm approaching 90,000 here. Hopefully within the next month I'll be hitting 90,000. Hopefully I hit 90,000 by the end of this month. But 100,000, I don't know, man. I want to do something like a giveaway, maybe a meet and greet, even though I'm not that, not that big of a YouTuber, but maybe do a giveaway or something like that. Because it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been quite a long time.
You should do
it's been years. 10 p.m. Yeah, it's late
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I know,
I get
right?
up early.
But yeah, I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do for all the supporters, the fans, the viewers, everybody. What I'm gonna do when I hit 100, when it does happen.
It'll
100K
happen sooner than later.
Anyway, man, we're not gonna hold y'all. Let's go ahead and get up out of here, man. You guys have a good night. Appreciate everybody with the super chat. Shout out to all of you. Make sure you guys stay tuning in. Guys, make sure you spam all my videos, share all my videos, things like that. Email me any topics you'd like me to discuss. You guys know I'm always doing reactions as well as, true life stories. So shoot me your stories. If you got some crazy shit, make sure you email it to me. And I'll definitely reenact it and things like that, man. So you guys have a great night, man.
Good night.
Peace.